Welcome back to a special bonus edition of Hashtag Sisters-in-Law during our anniversary week with Joyce fans Jill Wine-Banks, Barb McQuaid, and me, Kimberly Atkins Storr. And in celebration of our recent one-year anniversary, we will be giving out a prize pack of merch to our winners of last week's contest, where we asked many of you to share your favorite things or things that you've learned from listening to the show. And we hope you've all gotten to check out our amazing Hashtag Sisters-in-Law merch. You can go to politicon.com/merch and get yourself a Hashtag Sisters-in-Law t-shirt, hoodie, and much more. But we want to get to our winners, and we have to say first, we have been overwhelmed with the messages that we've been getting over the last week about our anniversary. It is truly wonderful to see. You know, we talk to each other and we enjoy what we're doing and we think it's important, but it's really gratifying when we hear back from all of you. But first, I want to get to our winners because that's what you really want to hear. So, Jill, why don't you announce the first of our three winners?
I am so excited about the first winner. It is NACCHANB, Nachan, who wrote, "Happy one-year anniversary. It seems like only yesterday I was listening to episode 1. I have acquired a plethora of law information, enough to answer my parents' questions, but the most informative learning comes at the end of the podcast in the outtakes. Winking face, hashtag sisters-in-law." I love that. Thank you so much. We're very excited that you have won a prize pack.
I love that too. Joyce, how about our next winner?
You know, we started out thinking we would just do one prize pack, but we really did love the tweets that we got and the videos that y'all sent us, and we couldn't pick just one. So the second prize pack goes to Ellen Z. Ewell. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. It's Ellen Z. ELWELL. And Ellen wrote, "Hashtag sisters-in-law. I learned so much from all of you this year. But most important, I gained weekly inspiration to keep on working and paving a path for younger women. I'm in Jill's cohort, built a large all-women biz, and feed on each of your vitality and tenacity. Thank you." And thanks back to you. That really is a nice email to get, nice tweet to get.
That's really fantastic. That's wonderful. And finally, our third winner, Barb.
Yeah,
take it away.
We've got a mother-daughter combination, which is so lovely. Mary Beth and Claire Crowley. It comes from @MB Crowley from Wellesley, Massachusetts, who wrote, "Hashtag sisters-in-law is a favorite of my 93-year-old mom. We listen together, and we're always so excited when any of you are on TV. We're old enough to remember Watergate and love your knowledge and perspective." It's so great. We're really happy to share with you a prize pack of some Sisters-in-Law merch. Hope that you'll both wear it. We'd love to see a photo of the two of you wearing your Hashtag Sisters-in-Law merch. And we're really grateful that you listen. We really get inspired by people who write to us like that. It's wonderful to hear that, you know, knowledge is power and that people feel empowered when they share information with each other. So thank you so much for encouraging us to continue our work.
Yeah, it really is great. And we love to see all of our winners display their prizes and all of our listeners. Really, I loved over the holidays seeing how many people were gifted items or gifted it to their loved ones. That was really nice. And this past week, it's been an extra reminder of just how much support we have. What was the best part to you guys? I have to say, a highlight of the Twitter celebration was from our good friend Elliot Williams, who, using his kids' Legos, created Hashtag Sisters-in-Law action figures that were eerily, I mean, they were dead ringers. They were just really spot on.
It's my new Twitter banner photo. So if you haven't had a chance to see it, you can check it out there. It is very good. And Kim, I noticed that you mentioned, you gave him the credit that they were his kids' Legos. I'm not so sure.
I put in a bid.
Fair point.
I put in a bid with Elliot. I want to buy those. I want to own those action figures. I think everybody's going to want to have them. They are so adorable. Thank you for doing it.
Elliot, set aside your day
really
job,
great.
buddy, because we all need you to build Legos for us.
And wait a minute, from that, in which we are all action figures, superheroes, I've learned that Jill was actually in a comic. Again, Jill has done everything. She was in a comic. Tell the story.
During Watergate, my trial partner was Richard Benveniste, and he and I were heroes in The Hulk. which is a very popular comic book on college campuses. My brother sent me a copy of it. And in the episode, I am June Vulper. My name at the time was Jill Volner. And Richard was Ben Vincent for Ben Venista. And we saved the White House and the president. And it's quite exciting and wonderful. So I just actually picked it up from the framer. I'd finally decided after all these years that it deserved to be framed. And so it's now going to have some place to hang in my house.
You got to tweet that, Jill. We want to see it.
Okay, I did, but
She did. We'll link it
I'll
in
do
our
it
show
again.
notes.
And there is one frame of the comic book in my book. So anybody who actually has a hard copy of or a paperback copy, but an actual copy, I guess it's in the, not in Audible, but even on the Kindle version, you get to see the pictures. And I did include that picture from the Hulk because it's sort of one of the most fun things I ever did.
Jill, you're a living action figure.
We try.
I was just blown away by all the people who tweeted their support. They were so fun. And, who was your favorite or the one that was, frankly, it's humbling to see, people sending greetings and congratulations to us on Twitter. Who was the one that had the most impact on any of you?
What about you, Joyce?
What I really liked, I confess, I spent a lot of time just reading through all the comments on all of the threads. And it was really more seeing tweets from people who I didn't know or whose Twitter handles I knew, but I don't know personally, who were reinforcing how much they'd learned, what a sense of community they felt, and how important the podcast had become to them in the last year, especially the people who said, I've been a listener since the first episode. It really touched me a lot.
For me, it was the cumulative impact of it. And, we do this on seeing each other on Zoom, but we don't see our audience. We do get questions from them, and we interact that way. But this was like happening live. And I know all of us spent a lot of time on Twitter on Sunday interacting with people. And it was just the number of people who responded to us and said nice things. And so many of our, the anchors on MSNBC took the time to do it. And John Dean from my Watergate days and Martina
great.
Navratilova, which was a special favorite I know of Barb's. And
that one blew me away.
Yeah, Gary Kasparov. So it was from a wide range of people. And I loved it. I loved all of our listeners talking to us and saying that it meant something to them, because that's what keeps us going. The news is tough. And there are plenty of days when even we are depressed and looking for the best we can find to be positive. And it helps to know that it matters to you that we are positive in this.
Yeah, it's been my New Year's resolution to embrace hope, and seeing all the positive response really did give a lot of hope, I think. People who are interested in being informed and engaged, because that's what gives me hope. People need to, not get numb to all the bad news and throw up their hands and say, what are we going to do about it? They actually want to learn, want to understand how they can make a difference. And so that was very inspiring. But I did love the Martina Navratilova, I have to say. I even tweeted something about, all my tennis friends will be impressed. And then they all chimed in. We are impressed. Martina, she's the GOAT. It's the greatest of all time. So that one was very fun. How about you, Kim? What was your favorite part of the day?
Yeah, Elliot's was he took the cake for me because that was great. And we will link that in our show notes as well, so you can see the photo of the Lego action figures. I think it's also gratifying to see people who I respect and who I've worked with and whose work I've followed. Many of our friends from MSNBC, from the Washington Post, New York Times, my friends from the Boston Globe, other people who, I work alongside or we've, been in boxes with adjacent Brady Bunch boxes on television, whose analysis I really trust and rely upon to understand the world better. really saying that they turn to us to do the same is really gratifying. And that was really nice to see, especially when we don't get to hang out with them as much as we used to in the last couple of years. That's been really, really nice to reconnect in that way. And of course, I loved hearing from all of our listeners. I always love hearing from our listeners. The fact that so many were willing to say how we have touched their lives has just been really, really wonderful. And we're so grateful to all of them. We are grateful to our winners, all of our listeners. And once again, we just are overwhelmed with the support. So thank you for listening to Hashtag Sisters in Law with Barb McQuaid, Joyce Vance, Jill Wine-Banks, and me, Kimberly Atkins Store. And remember, for the next episode, you can send in your questions by email to sistersinlaw@politicon.com or tweet them using the hashtag sistersinlaw. And don't forget to go to politicon.com/merch to check out our fun merch and see if there's something there for you. And to keep up with us every week, follow Hashtag Sisters-in-Law on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your pods. And please remember to give us a 5-star review. It really helps others find us. See you soon with another episode of Hashtag Sisters-in-Law.